How to make sure your business success is in the bag. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with today's idiom, and today's idiom is in the bag. How on earth does the expression in the bag have anything to do with making sure our businesses run successfully and smoothly? Well, in the bag is an expression that dates back to the 1600s. Way back in the 1600s, hunters would say and use the expression, they would carry around game bags when they were hunting. And as they shot birds and small animals, they would place them in their game bag. And if anybody came along and asked them, well, how's it going? They would say, oh, it's in the bag, meaning I've already had a successful hunt. My my successful shot animals are already in the bag. And they'd have a big, heavy bag they'd be carrying with them, or probably, back then, their servants would be carrying with them to indicate that they had a successful hunt going on. Now, later on, not too much later on, but a little later on, and now, of course, I cannot find it because I want to talk about it. Later on, when cockfighting became popular, they used the expression, and actually the expression meant that the birds, as they were being transported to the scene of the event, the fight, they would be transported in a bag. And so they think that the expression might have come from there as well. And in the bag, by the late and the last half of the 20th century, came to mean it's certain. It's a certain success. It's fixed. We're gonna win. We're gonna have the outcome that we want given what's going on around us. Now, for me, in the bag, Menards bag usually means a new magnifying glass, because I have lots of magnifying glasses. My biggest purchase these days is magnifying glasses at Menards, which is kind of humorous if you know me. So, in the bag, how do we use this to make sure that we get what we want for our businesses? Do we make sure that our businesses are a success? We live in a massively uncertain world, and 2020 is proving to each and every one of us that more than anything, we can plan, we can set goals, we can set objectives, and things outside of our experience, outside of our possible contingency planning can happen and impact any one of our businesses at any given time. Except each of our businesses have us at the background, at the forefront of that business. We are the core and the heart, and our team are the core and the heart and the lifeblood of any business, any organization. Our businesses often didn't exist until we got the idea and we took action to make that idea a reality. And same thing guarantees our success in an uncertain world in anything and everything that we choose to do in our life. And you can do that in just a couple-step process. The first step of that process is, of course, to know what you want, to know exactly, clearly, as if it's already apparent and existing in your life, exactly what you want your business to look like. And you paint that picture in your imagination, and then you continue to future pace and paint that picture for the people that you need to enlist the help of to help you make that vision, that goal, that objective a reality. Because very seldom in business do we create everything in a bubble. Actually, we don't create anything in a bubble. Business exists to impact other people, to build relationships with other people, to have a positive impact. And I'm going to right out here say a positive impact on the world. Anybody can have a negative impact on the world, and we can do that by default. But it's up to us as leaders and entrepreneurs and business owners to choose to have a positive impact on the world, to make the world a better place. And we do that through our vision for our organization, through the problems that we're going to solve and how we're going to help other people, how we're going to give value. Because as business owners, we put way more value into the world than we take out of it. The government, politicians, protesters, no one is going to make the world a better place through protesting. No one is going to make the world a better place through selfish pursuits. The world becomes a better place when we give more value to the world and to others than we take for ourselves. It's a little off track, but it's in the bag in terms of we set the direction and the destiny for our businesses just like we do for our individual lives. And on an individual business by business, person by person basis, we choose the direction we're going to go. We paint that picture clearly. We believe and know with 100% certainty that everything we need is already inside of us to create the idea, the vision, the goals, whatever we imagine for a better world. It's up to each and every one of us to individually create that in ourselves and in our own environments first, and then it spreads out in a ripple effect throughout the world. I guess I'd better stop on this, but I could go on because my heart is a little bit broken for what's been going on in our society lately, and especially in, started in my area, my home area. And it can be mind-boggling, but as we open our mind and we try to understand the reactions and we dig deep down for the root cause of what's really going on, it's very enlightening and it's very eye-opening. And then we see the solutions of how we can impact it, how we can positively impact. It's the same thing with problem solving for our businesses. Problems and situations and things come up for our businesses all the time. If you've been in business for any amount of time, if you've lived for any amount of time, you've experienced that. And we get very, very good at handling problems and challenges and focusing on the solutions to make our business and our lives better. That's what we're all after. Every human being on the planet, that's what we want. So, in the bag, what's in the bag for you? I know with 100% certainty that the only absolute positive thing in the bag for me is that someday I'm gonna die. Someday I'm gonna die, someday everybody I know is gonna die. And with that uncertainty of when that event is gonna happen, it encourages me to continue to be the best version of myself I can be. And as such, I spread that out to the people that I interact with on a business level, and I enlist their help to help me create my vision of the world being a better place. And the people that same vision is true for are attracted to me, and we work together to make their world a better place. Because we start making the world a better place by starting on the individual level and helping each and every one of us to know that our choices, our direction, our beliefs are what determine our level of success in our lives and in our businesses. And it's in the bag when we decide to choose to live an abundant life, when we decide to choose to focus on what we can do, not on what we can't do, when we decide to embrace the uncertainty that is the human condition and make choices based on what is in alignment with our own personal goals and values and decisions, all to make the world a better place. Because each and every one of us has the individual ability to choose good over evil, to choose right over wrong. And again, right over wrong is always dependent on our own experiences. So that's it. Would love to know what you think of this expression, in the bag. If you've had experiences, I've definitely had experiences where, you know, your success, I always knew I was going to graduate from college, but it was pretty hairy for a while there, not knowing when and if and what degree I was going to graduate in, right? But I always knew that I had set a goal. I grew up believing I would further my education. I would get a college degree because I grew up in the era when that's what you did. You went to college and you got a degree and you got the whole American dream thing. And that they did that not because it was what I necessarily wanted in the vision for me, but what I knew was expected of me. So I knew that I set that goal and that was going to happen. And that's how we have to approach our businesses. This is my business. This is what I'm creating. I'm going to take steps every single day to ensure that that happens. That's it. See you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you apply it to your business right now? Take care. Bye.